stream and make it more pleasant for you guys. So this is the SM7B. It's the microphone that I use right now. The new camera that I've got going on here is the Sony A7C. That's plugged in with a charger. Over here is the Logitech. Just in case if this goes out, I got this one as well. I've got my main screen here. You know, you gotta hit the curve right there. And we've got the secondary monitor just for anything else. Like if I'm bouncing back and forth, and you gotta know what the deal is. We got the light here to make myself look pretty, and then the Rodecaster soundboard. We're operating off a Mac Mini with a hard drive, and then back in the back there, that's where all the hub magic happens. I've got 2 new Pebble speakers. I've got my iPad when I use my drawings and all that kind of stuff, and the earmuffs. What are these called? The in-ears. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate you guys, and we'll start the stream right now. What's going on, Cowboys? Welcome back to the channel. Tonight we have got a live stream. We are talking about a new NFTs out here on the market, and we've got some awesome guests coming in a little bit later. First of all, we want to thank you so much for joining the live stream. My name is Aaron if you're new to this channel, and we're talking CNFTs on NFT Tuesday. And so really want to thank you guys joining on Twitch and Twitter and YouTube. So we are a lot of action going on in the markets today. Bitcoin is up, and we're looking for some crazy price action movement. And I just want to know, hey, how are we thinking about the markets right now? My guests are a little bit late. They told me they're going to run a little late, but that's a-okay anyway. Here we go. Oh, Curly Knox, what's going on, brother? Thanks for joining us on the live stream. And thanks always for being on there on what's that called? Around the blockchain. So today I want to take a look at the coin market cap before we get going here. Bitcoin hit this crazy move, and then we see a little retracing here. We could talk about Volt. Yeah, I did a little thing about Volt, a little bit ago. How are you a Bitcoin advertiser if you're Volt, though? So we saw some retracement here coming from 26,000. And of course, well, here's what I really wanted to do. I want to go to ADA, and then I wanted to do this with Bitcoin. And you can see here, if these charts usually follow, ADA pumps higher when Bitcoin pumps, but Bitcoin tends to pump first. And then if let's take out the month here. You'll see here that's just price, but in correlation, I think they pump higher, and you can see that here. And if we're talking Cardano, when Bitcoin drops, I believe Bitcoin's the first mover. So you could see here, maybe that's a little closer. So like right here, Bitcoin pumped first, and then Cardano quickly followed. I think this was this Bitcoin pumped at 9 a.m. and Cardano followed at 11 a.m. So that's some just interesting information that I always look at, and I'm always conscious of. Fed will turn the printer again, exactly as predicted. Yeah, I think so too. I think the Fed has turned on the printer. I think when we're talking about bank bailouts, I think that they show that they're going to bail banks out, and they're ready to QE. They're not scared of inflation, not that much, especially when we see a 0.25 basis point hike. They are, I think they're showing their hands. They're not too scared about inflation. They're inflating the economy with $25 billion. Does everyone know how that works? I mean, I could draw it out, but I just want to make sure everyone knows how that works. Let me see if I could draw that. Oh, okay, here we go. TAL. I gave away my guess here. But let me before I bring them on the screen. Well, yeah, let me bring them on the screen, and then we could talk a little bit about. We could continue our conversation here. Let me pull up my note. Let's see. Okay, here we go. This man overcomes the struggle. Team so tight you thought it was a huddle. Got all the power, will last for an hour. True whale is anything but subtle. The one, the only, backed by popular demand, TAL Crypto. Welcome back to the channel,
Let's
brother.
go. Long time no see.
Long time
you.
no see.
What's up?
I miss you too. Great new haircut, even better background. Can you tell me a little bit about what you've been up to, Tal?
A lot of Ethereum NFTs, a lot of Ordinals, Bitcoin NFTs. That's it. You remember I said it's better to spend the time on something that makes you money.
Yeah.
So I moved my time to IRL business and to Kid Called Beast.
Yeah.
A Kid Called Beast all day long. Kid Called Beasts and yeah, I'm all about Kid Called Beast right now and Ordinals. But
Yeah. So
Ordinals, it's a bit more complex to do.
yeah, I want to get into that. I want to know how to do ordinals correctly, but really quick, if you guys haven't already, check out the links down below. Tal's you almost said YouTube channel, Twitter profile is there, and you could get a lot of alpha. And he's always talking about the kind of projects he's going into and making money off of. Before we get to Kid Called Beast, which clearly you like, I mean, these clean suits and all that kind of stuff, I do want to know about what your interest is with ordinals. I want to know how to get involved in it. If someone's new to it, everyone on here, if you follow me, you'll know you like Bitcoin. But sometimes we might be on the split between having ordinals on Bitcoin Network and not. Could you give me a brief explanation of what ordinals is on Bitcoin Network, and then maybe some quick tutorials on how to get involved?
So we know how Bitcoin works. It works on Satoshis. One Bitcoin is 100 million Satoshis. And one Satoshi can carry information on him. So you can inscribe on a Satoshi or 2 Satoshis or 10 Satoshis or 10,000 Satoshis. So you can inscribe on them, and then the photo is on the blockchain. So you can never, there's no IPFS. No one keep your NFT someplace, and then if you don't pay to the server, then the NFT going away. So here it's literally you buying something that is on the blockchain. We have it on Cardano. So because you did CNFTs and Cardano NFTs, it's very simple to understand UTXO model. It's the same model, but it's instead of proof of stake, it's proof of work. And if there is NFTs on Bitcoin, what we're talking about, I want to be on Bitcoin, the biggest project are. There's no question asked. I always say that. Do you prefer the first punks ever on the second blockchain, or you want not the punks on the first blockchain? So what do you want to have, this or that? Time will say. I'm very bullish, very, very, very bullish on it. It's so early. It's like Cardano 3 years ago. So I bought my first NFTs with no marketplace. I bought it OTC, Discord channel, escrow. It was very degen move. You send someone one
degen.
very degen. You send someone one Ethereum, and you might will get it. You send someone like $1,500. You don't know what you're getting in. You don't know what's the value in the market. You don't really know what you're buying, but you know it's on Bitcoin. You know you're getting an inscription on Bitcoin. And if you were very, very early, I was early, but not very, very early. I was the first degen move, maybe one of the guys that bought it like that, like crazy guys. So I'm one of the first crazy guys that bought a Bitcoin punk for 1 Ethereum. And I bought, if you're gonna look on the behind me on the spaceship, there is a Bitcoin punk there. And this Bitcoin punk is a hoodie. I bought it for 3 Ethereum. And I bought it 3 Ethereum. We're talking about 4 weeks ago. 4 weeks ago, we had nothing. Nothing. Like I bought something in 3 Bitcoin, in 3 Ethereum that is nothing. Now we have some wallets. We have some marketplaces. It's very unorganized, and you cannot really scroll like that on those. It's a fully computerized. There is no phones that you can use phones, but it's very, very hard. So just to let you know, what you're seeing right now, like sub 10K and all these things, this is this collections volume, it's from 4 days ago. 4 days ago, we didn't have any volume interactions. Like we didn't know. We were guessing all the time. So anything, every day you open the marketplace, you see something new. Oh, I can buy in the marketplace. Oh my God, I can buy in the marketplace. That's happened like 2.5 weeks ago.
Yeah. What is
So
that? Ordinals.market? I think that was it.
um, so there is a ord swap.
Ord swap.
Yeah, there is ord swap.
Oh, because I'm so scared of like going into something that's
That's the one, ord swap. You can connect your MetaMask to it.
okay.
Um, so you can connect your MetaMask to it, and your MetaMask is gonna import the phrase to open it. It's complicated right
I
now.
didn't think MetaMask handled Bitcoin.
It
That's why I didn't.
doesn't. It doesn't. MetaMask have the phrases. So the marketplace enter given access to your MetaMask, and your MetaMask giving an access to the wallet Bitcoin. So this is how complicated it is. It's very easy to do it. Like
So how I did it, I just put my Ordinals wallet. I imported my key. I don't know why it keeps this. Maybe I did it at work. I don't remember, but and I started trading on it. Well, this is a funny story. It's not my story to tell, but it's what got me into it. Yes, there's an Ordinals wall. Oh, what's going on, Half Court? What's going on, J Hub, Strega, guys? This is not my story to tell, but I have to tell it because it's so good. Ethan, the crypto warden, 19-year-old kid, he made a swap with Clayforce, Adonauts.
okay.
He swapped that thing when it came out, and he swapped it onto Ordinals or whatever he did. He comes up to me at work. He's like, Aaron, I got this pixelated frog airdrop to me, Ordinals. I'm like, pixelated frog? What is it? He's like, it's
0.2 Bitcoin.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I
I'm like,
have one too. I did the same thing. So Bourbon, I'll help you. I understand where it's coming from. So I'll tell my story.
yeah, please.
It's the Warden story. So when I start to buy the Bitcoin punks, everybody listened to me and thought I'm insane. And Bourbon heard about that before. Bourbon is the creator of Adonauts, Clayforce, if we changing the name. So Bourbon saw me start to buying. He said, holy shit, like Tal is a degen, he's one of the community, he's buying it. Oh my God, like what's going on here? He don't just throw away 7, 8 ETH like on Saturday afternoon for fun. It's like not happening unless I think it's a really something important. So he decided to burn Adonauts and move them to Bitcoin. So he gave us all the access. He said, okay, Tal, this is what you need to do. Go there, go to Omama, or whatever name it is, inscribe yourself. He did it decentralized. So each one inscribe itself. You can go up and there is a search bar now and you can do Clayforce. And then we inscribed each one of us, like all the, like 153 Satoshi nuts was minted. You can scroll down a little bit, you can see the count. No, go up. 153 Satoshi nuts was inscribed. So people went, inscribed it, and basically they sent the NFT to Bourbon, and Bourbon burned that NFT. He sent it to a wallet, and that's it. You cannot use it on Cardano no more. So this is gonna live on Bitcoin. Few days later, we came up to the wallet and we had a Pepe. It's Bitcoin Pepe. This Bitcoin Pepe was the first airdrop ever on Bitcoin. So it's very a trademark. It's something that doesn't really happen every day, that you get the first airdrop ever. And at the peak, they said they're gonna give another NFT. So if you hold that Pepe, not this one, go down, scroll down, this Pepe, yes. If you have that Pepe, you got a Bitcoin monkey. So now it's 0.08. It was at the peak 0.2 Bitcoin. Bourbon, the creator of Clayforce, made some of his degen people in his Discord go and mint it. If anybody listened to him and went and minted it, he literally got $4,000 free.
$1,000
in his wallet at one point. Now it's 1,700 or 1,900.
$1,700. I was freaking out. We were like, what is this thing? We didn't even know what he had. He went in, he checked out. He's this pixelated frog. It's one of these things. I was like, oh my gosh. That it was 0.18 when he saw it. And we're like, should we sell this? Should we hold? I thought it would go down, so we listed to sell because I looked. I was like, it'll go down, it'll retrace because this is hype right now. So let's see if we could sell. He listed. I don't know if it's sold or not, but I don't know if now it's a different story. Right now we're at 0.08. I'm not sure if it bombs out. Look, no one knows. Right now it's Wild West.
So I'm telling you, this will explode one day.
You think so?
If Bitcoin NFTs will move to the right direction, this specific NFT, because it's the first airdrop ever, it's a sub 200K, it will explode. Explode, like I'm saying, like 1 Bitcoin floor, 2 Bitcoin floor, 3 Bitcoin floor. We don't know. But
you think it'll be worth a Bitcoin? You think it'll be worth more than one?
Again, the first it's a trademark. It's like, okay, what is the first NFT that minted? The first 1,000. Okay, let's start. First 100 inscribed. Now, what beautiful in Bitcoin that every time you inscribe, it's literally have a number. You can't say, oh, I was first, I was second. There's no game plans. It's showing, 171354. You are the 171,000 person, 354 that inscribed on Bitcoin. This is it. So the first 100 goes right now for above 10 Bitcoin. The first 1,000 going around 1 Bitcoin. If you have a sub 1,000, we're talking about 1 Bitcoin at least floor.
Jeez.
Sub 2K, 0.4, 0.3 Bitcoins. We're saying 4, 5 Ethereum, 6 Ethereum, 7 Ethereum is easy. Sub 10K. Right now, it's 2 Ethereum. 2 Ethereum, like $5,000 for sub 10K inscription. You could do it for free 5 weeks ago.
That's the wild thing about it, is that Warden was just like, oh yeah, I'm part of the community. Okay, I'll do this thing. He like meandered in and tripped it. It wasn't calculated. He just did it. And that's what I think is like crazy about this space, is that if you are a true degen like me and the Warden and TAL is, you'll hit some kind of Bitcoin gold. I mean, if you're diligent about it. I mean, like, well, you know, it's funny how the luckier I get luckier the harder I work, is basically like the quote. And Ethan is in the pits, you know, like just doing this weird degens.
Throwing his seeds all over, and some of them will grow, some of them won't, but a lot of them will.
But you just, I mean, like, yeah, if you're right about this, like, so do you know of any history? I don't know already, but do you have any history of like Ethereum NFTs or Cardano NFTs? Like, what was the very first one, or what was the very first drop? Maybe we could gauge some kind of interest that way.
I know some history, but not good enough. Okay. And I think NFTs going from 2015, 13, people start to mint and do some stuff on Ethereum because it was so easy. And then in 2017, there are the CryptoPunks. CryptoPunks is the first 10K collection that actually made a change, a prospect, something in the culture of NFTs, something in culture of crypto, something to build around, to understand that, okay, this is not just that. And then 2 years later, of course, the base C came. Now Yuga Labs, that is base C, they basically bought out CryptoPunks because of the historical, the first NFT that did that movement. So that's why I think the Bitcoin punks gonna go crazy. Why they're gonna go crazy? There is 2 reasons. First of all, we talked about it. Which one you prefer? The first punk on the second, or the not so important punks on the first? So what do you prefer? That's the first thing. The second thing that is most important, The Bitcoin Punks is a decentralized mint. What that mean? Each one in the Discord went and inscribed his own punk. It like each one, because it was so expensive to do it yourself, you needed someone to do it. So you needed 10,000 people or 10,000 as many people that will willing to mint 10,000 Bitcoin punks. Now, what's beautiful about it, it's a sub 35K. So under 35K inscriptions, out of that, 10,000 are Bitcoin punks. So if you think about it, out of the first 40K, at least 10K of them are Bitcoin punks. There is no 10K collection yet on I think. I don't saw any 10K collection except that. So it's a lot of give and take. So this not the right one.
Yeah, it seems like the first 10K 10K.
Yeah,
NFT collection.
maybe that's the right one.
I hope it's the right one. There's no like official thing, you know what I mean? Like
I'm not sure really that it's the right one. It might be. It might be the right one. The price dropped a lot, I have to say. It's a great entry point. But don't forget, Bitcoin skyrocket today. Every time Bitcoin going up and the whole market going up, NFTs usually go down because it's kind of correlated to dollars.
Yeah.
So people pull the money out.
Well, it'll rotate back in is my thesis, is that when Bitcoin pumps up.
I'm so sure about it.
Yeah. That's a lot of people's thesis, not just mine. But yeah, so Bitcoin, that's what we were just talking about before you hopped on. Bitcoin, when Bitcoin pops off, there is tend to be a rotation into altcoins, and then back into mini coins or stable coins, and then back into Bitcoin is usually the rotation. But yeah, I think it's certainly interesting. I think it's certainly worth investing in. Punks on Bitcoin. Yeah, see, it's so wild right now. You don't know.
You see the piggy world? Click on the piggy world.
Why?
So I have one.
What are you sending me into? What are you sending me into?
So this is it's even arrow right now. Refresh the page. So Piggy is the first ever. So first of all, oh my god, that's what I said, and I think the art is. So I'll explain how this people saw it's happening, and they said, "Okay, what do I have on my computer? Let me install it first."
0.4 Bitcoin.
It's a sub 2K. So the first hand-drawn PFP collection on Bitcoin with ordinals. All piggies are within the first 2K ordinals. So go up. I'm reading it. I'm reading. No, go up. I'm reading it. The first 200 minted, right? First 200 ordinals minted. Biggest world hand-drawn collection, the first one, and it's a sub 2K. It's very, very important to have a sub 2K. I think I paid 3.7 bit Ethereum on it.
That's almost half a Bitcoin right there.
What? No, it's 0.26 Bitcoin I paid on it.
Yeah, but look what the floor is 0.4.
Yes.
Holy crap.
Again, think about it. Again, look on the broad picture. Sub 2K collection. Sub 2K collection. So 10% of the minted below 2K belong to the piggies.
So I have to get in my brain, is sub 2K means the first 2,000 on Bitcoin, not a 2,000 collection.
No. Yeah. Sub, every time we say sub, it's mean below 2K minted.
Yeah, but that's different on Bitcoin than Cardano.
Cardano is different. Mm-hmm. When it's a sub 2K on everybody there is a sub 10K Discord right now. So all the creators that did anything sub 10K have a Discord, and the Discord called sub 10K.
This is insane.
This is insane. You can show mine. Mine is the I sell it for. I'm not selling it. I just put it in the market for fun. But go all the way to the bottom. Mine is leather Netherlands. Sell. What is for sale? Go up.
That's you?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. You listed it as one Bitcoin.
Yeah. You want to buy it? Go ahead, buy it. It's okay. I paid it for. I paid it. So they still have one that the project still hold, and they do an auction. I think every week. Go to their Discord and research, of course. Everything I'm saying is NFA, not financial advice. Do not listen
Well,
to
of
me. I'm an
course.
idiot. I'm BGen. Don't
Could
listen.
you imagine a financial advisor giving this kind of advice? Hey, go ahead
Yes.
and pick up Piggy World or whatever.
So yeah, I put on the Piggy World the Discord right now. They're doing an auction. The last one that sold on the auction sold for 0.295 Bitcoin.
I thought I thought honestly I thought I've seen it all with crypto and as degen as it could get, but this is pretty degen right here. Cartoon
So
piggies. This is like a what is this? Like a South Sudan pig.
what's beautiful about it, and I think it's amazing that they did it. They kind of made for each piggy a state, and that's make the game kind of okay. I'm from the Netherlands. I want to hold the Netherlands. I'm from Israel. I want to hold the Israel one. I'm from that. Oh my God, what's happened?
That's money coming into those countries right there. That's what that means. That means that
So
means that means let's just stick a country on it, make the skin black. Let's go. Let's roll. Let's go.
let's make it fun. So again, if you understand NFTs and you're DJing and you've been in these places, and I'm in these places more than 2 years already, I think, something like that. Hard. Bitcoin time and crypto time is not the same. I feel like I'm here 15 years, but it's kidding. Like every day, it's like every day something new. So I think I think, my God, that's gonna be again NFA. Don't listen to me. I think because how UTXO model works and because of Lightning, like the layer 2 of Bitcoin, I think everything gonna move to Bitcoin from Ethereum. It's a big possibility, and if that will happen,
it's got to be on Lightning for sure.
yes. But what we have Minecraft on Bitcoin right now. They took a Satoshi and they built Minecraft on Satoshi.
Yeah, they built Doom too on Bitcoin.
Because it's proof of work and proof of and it's giving you some space, so you can take again. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm not exactly correct in my wording. I'll explain it, but you can take multiple Satoshis, pack them together in a UTXO. As many Satoshis you pack in, you can have more space.
Yeah, Curly has a good question here. Are you concerned that Bitcoin maxis will turn that Taproot inscription process off?
Yes, and I'll go with the no basically. So it's what you can buy with Bitcoin. Like with all the respect to everybody, nothing. What you can do with Bitcoin? It's a store of value. This blockchain was built in order to provide us decentralized banking, decentralized culture, decentralized everything. Bitcoin is the answer for everything. If we're talking about crypto, we don't need Ethereum. We need Bitcoin to work perfect because it's decentralized. I don't want Vitalik one day wake up and said, "Oh, it's proof of work. Whoever bought 1,000,000 GPUs, no more. We'll move it to staking." It cannot happen on Bitcoin. Yeah. They can change the taproot, but whoever built the taproot, the wizard, they're not gonna let it go. And it's a culture. Brings so much. This is advertisement. Do you want your Bitcoin to go to work? Let it go to work. Yes, it's a small risk. Yes, I understand the question. I have no doubt in my mind no one will do something like that.
I think the risk is high now rather than later, but I'm curious to think about, it's a good question. I don't know the answer to.
I asked the question too multiple times. I'm
Yeah,
afraid of that. It's it's a high risk, extremely high reward.
extremely.
The reward here will be un. I'm not gonna. If the reward gonna be a half of what happened with Ethereum, I will never need to work in my life. It's because you enter so early. It's just change everything.
Yeah, it's how much do you, if you mind, a ballpark have you invested in on Ordinals?
Um, I did a lot of flips. So the Bitcoin punks, people vaulted them. So they took the Bitcoin punk, they sent it to Vault. It's called a vault. I don't. What's the name of the vault? I forgot. You can go. You can check it up. There is a vault. So you put your NFT in a vault, and the key to the vault is an Ethereum NFT. So they took the NFT, they put it on Ethereum, and the only way for you to claim that Bitcoin punk and put it on Bitcoin, it's to hold that specific Ethereum NFT. So I bought a lot. I bought like 10 Bitcoin punks at 0.5 to 0.6. And I sold all of them at 1.2 to 1.8.
Good for you.
So basically, I have now 7 Bitcoin punks and they're free and clear.
Awesome. Awesome.
So this is how I roll usually. This is what I try to do. Not free and clear. I maybe 1 Ethereum. I think I'm 1 Bitcoin in already.
Awesome. Good for you.
I think in the 1 Bitcoin in, around the 1 Bitcoin in.
Good for you. Good for you. That's awesome. Jeez Louise. Yeah. So I just want to know, like, how you're thinking, how much risk are you mitigating? I think that's all like, I think that's all fair game, you know, like, is Taproot going to be turned off? Maxi's turned off to this kind of stuff. Is the development going to continue? I think development will continue. I think it's kind of, I'm not sure how much it would take and how much, gosh. But even if they turned it off, you could still like,
You still have the inscription.
you still have, yeah, you still have that stuff. It's not like it's gone. It's just
so when people say Taproot is the address that will accept the inscription picture.
correct.
So it still will be on chain. Why I'm so bullish? Because it's printed on chain. So let's say Taproot will shut it off. I'm almost positive 100%. Someone else will come and
Agreed.
Like,
Yeah.
if we're talking technology and Bitcoin is the place to do it, I have no doubt that I'm afraid of it. I prefer it not to happen, of course, but if it will happen, I'm positive 100%. Someone else will come up with something different. And one more thing, in the minute everything will be open source, and everything will be open sourced because everything is on the blockchain. They can the smart real people that build these things will figure it out. So
Yeah.
I'm worried, but I'm not really worried. It's I bought for 15 ETH an NFT. So what? It's like, explain me. Is that make any sense? No, it's not. It's $25,000 for 1 NFT. Does it make sense? No, not at all.
Look at this.
Did it make me money? It did. It makes sense? No,
Doesn't make sense.
no.
Yeah.
So these guys are the wizards, and they start to play with us a lot. So if you're gonna go to my timeline in my Twitter, you're gonna see a lot of things about you should scroll if you want to scroll. I have so many tweets. If you scroll in my timelines, you see I did some stuff to get an access to be one of the wizards. We'll see. It's a lot of gamify, and I like it. I like free stuff because CryptoPunks was given for free. People said, "Oh, don't say I don't need it." People said I don't need it, and a year later it sold for 100 Ethereum, and someone offered that them for free. Go up for a second. You see this monkey? There is a monkey there. That's bourbon. Okay. I think so. Bourbon really took the ordinals to the next level, I think, because I think Bitcoin gonna be more art than a degen play move. I think it's gonna be more art and more stuff you want to put on the blockchain that will never disappear. I think that will be more artistic kind of vibes in Bitcoin in general. But of course, every time you have something, people will pump up as anything. So
Yeah, I'm not too sure if I agree with that one. I think it'll Bitcoin will stay like the coins, and I'm not thinking about the people. I'm thinking about the amount of money that's going to be poured into Bitcoin. Um, I think Ethereum or any other blockchain might come up with the art. I'm not too sure, but I don't see Bitcoin being the major adopter of art. It doesn't seem like that's the people who are buying Bitcoin. You know what I mean? Like that doesn't seem right to me.
do
I could
you,
see small degen pockets for sure, which we're seeing right now, but it's hard. It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell the future, to
it's
be
hard to
honest.
tell the future, but I think again, if you're asking me, if
Hmm.
the Bitcoin people don't like all this culture that we created,
Agreed.
like agent.
Agreed.
So they said, "Oh, you want to give me art? Show me art.
Yeah,
If NFTs are art, show me art." I'm showing them look on Bourbon. Clay art for me, it's an old school art, and Bourbon do it amazing. I think he is probably one of the best artists you can find in general. And of course, on NFTs, I think he's by far. I just think because he's doing clay and it's on Cardano, he don't get the same because we have Clay Nation and they're the first movers, blah blah blah. But on Bitcoin, Bourbon is the first mover as Clay.
that's awesome.
So if we look in who is the Clay guy right now on Bitcoin, it's Bourbon. So I really like the movie made.
Oh man, that's awesome. This like to think about. That's great.
So again, the Satoshi's movement, all the small things that you see that he gave his people 153 um, think about it 153 inscriptions, right? Let's say some people did three, so let's say 100 people got a pepe, and the
Jeez.
pepe is $5,000. He made people $500,000 in one point of time, in matters of a week, in a one business decision.
It's
One.
incredible. It's
This is just
incredible.
amazing what's happened here.
Okay, so let's take the lesson here. Let's take the lesson. The lesson is, what is the lesson? Tal, help me out here.
The lesson is always do your own research, understand what you're buying, understand how to buy it, be involved, and then take the risk that you're willing to take or you can take.
Yeah, but that I mean, like even further, the lesson could be like, be first movers in any area of crypto.
It's always good.
It's always good.
Always good. Always.
Man, it's always good.
Always good.
The
Doesn't
first
matter what.
movers in Bitcoin are if they stayed, they would be doing well. The first movers in Ethereum, the first movers in our 2017 run up, the first movers in 2020 run up, and the first movers now. That to me is at least the lesson that's learned here from Ethan. I really wish he was on. I think he's having some problems here, but it's incredible that and the first mover onto Clay onto Bitcoin made put 100 plus things on there, inscribed 100 plus clays on there, and now whoever followed him in has a Pepe worth right now 0.08 at 1.2 Bitcoin. It's incredible. It's
Incredible.
fantastic. It's fantastic. This is crazy. This is crazy town. This is like it's crazy town. It's crazy town. Yeah, I think what do we do if we feel like we missed the boat? Tal,
There
what would
is
you say
no
to
way you missed the boat. There is no way you miss the boat. You miss the boat when you have a marketplace like OpenSea and you go and buy an OpenSea, then you miss the boat. There is no marketplace for doing any activities. I'm screaming on Cardano for a long time. Give me a marketplace. I'm screaming on JPEG Store and I'm like all over them. And if you heard me in the last week, like trashing on them. People say there is no liquidity. I disagree. On a level that no one can even understand. I pulled out so much Cardano, so much ADA out of the blockchain because it's impossible to trade. There's not such a thing, no liquidity. There is no good way to move the liquidity. That's a different thing. Can I make money because it's hard to move? I can make less money. Okay, let me see where I can move it faster, make more decisions, and condense the time that I'm doing anything with it.
So back up there. So are you saying that you want to be able to move your Cardano onto the Bitcoin chain on Bitcoin?
No. I'm saying in general, you have now no marketplace.
Yeah. Okay. On Bitcoin.
On Bitcoin, you don't really have a good marketplace on Cardano too. Just assume that, right? It's not good enough. So
you don't think JPEG store is good enough?
It's the worst. It's not good. It's not good at all. I'm telling you, this is bad business all over the place, all the time.
Why is this not good?
Because the collection offers are an issue. Because I don't want to go in, and I can spend an hour on it, and I can dig into them. And I said I don't want to spend my time on them no more because I said so many things. They created right now a collection offer, and when you put the collection offer, it's drag the ADA out of your wallet.
This right here. What's a collection offer? What does that mean?
You can offer to all the collections. So I want to buy now a Clay Nation. I can offer to all the Clay Nations, all of them, if they're on sale, not on sale, on all of them. If someone want to cash out on Clay Nation, I can put 2,500 ADA, and someone will click on a button and accept my offers, and it will give me the NFT. I will offer. That's what I'm offering, and it's called a collection offers. Okay. So that's a liquidity in the market. It's on if you did it on Ethereum. On Ethereum, it's very everywhere you go. You can do a collection.
I understand now. Yeah, and so you're saying that that's how people roll out of Cardano.
Yeah. So now I put a collection offer on Ethereum. It's using I have WIT. I'm wrapping my ETH, and then I can do a collection offer. With my wrap ETH, I can make as many offers as I want, as long as no one uses my wrapped ETH. So I can go and make a collection offer for one Ethereum on Kid Call Beast, and one Ethereum on Mutants, and on everything I want. But if someone drag the ETH out of me, and I don't have enough wrapped ETH, so then the offer is not applicable. You cannot use it no more. Here, because it's a UTXO model, they can build it different. They can do a pool, drag my money in a pool, and then I can make offers to anybody I want. And then if someone take the offers and drag out the ADA from my pool, then basically I cannot give other offers, and then all my offers will be deleted. Okay. And what they did, they take the money out of me, so I cannot. It feels like they're like you. They don't know what they're doing. And I said, you just asked me what is a collection offers. You don't even know what it is.
Yeah, I don't even know that.
Feel like they don't even know what it is, and they doing stuff they shouldn't do. They don't. I don't get it.
Yeah,
I don't understand because I'm so deep in the NFTs. I think I don't really know. I think what they need to do. I don't know how to do it though. It's for me. It's too much. I don't forget I'm a plumber.
Yeah, keep it humble first. Yeah. Well, there's probably some kind of money driven, so they probably want more transactions that build in more payments off of it, or whatever fees that they can collect.
So a marketplace that don't increase its options to do more sales, it's an issue. A marketplace that goes and open a minting service and is making more money in the minting service than in the marketplace, it's a red flag.
Yeah, agreed. You want more exchanges rather than new mints or whatever. Now you're just a launch pad is what you really are.
Exactly. So now they moved their platform to a launch pad. They don't really care about the marketplace, and they got $6 million from war. I leave it. It's really, I don't want to trash on them here. It's enough.
No problem. Curly Knox brings up another good point, and we're going to get to some of these other things. This is why I brought up ordinals. Now, if Bitcoin was programmable, you could start attaching real world masterpiece art to a group of Satoshis and edit the amount of sats every time it's sold. That would be a use case. Yeah, I think so. I think now that you mentioned that, in my opinion, possibly drugs is now available to be hidden on Bitcoin. For a long time.
It
Uh,
was like that.
for yeah, for a long time, how drug money would be switched and hidden would be the sale of art. And this is I guess conspiracy theory stuff. I'm not too sure. I'm not an expert in this stuff, but people will sell art.
I'll help you. I'll help you, and
Please.
I'll remove all the questions you have. Bitcoin is decentralized blockchain. They can move the money however they want, wherever they want. No one can control it, even if you put it in a picture, in whatever you want. It's decentralized. If you take this wallet or this seed phrase to a third world any state, like I don't know, go to Panama, whatever, it doesn't matter, and you drag the Bitcoin out of there, who the hell know it's you? It's like, come on. It's not Ethereum is very easy to track. Bitcoin is almost impossible to track. It's so hard. There's not enough tools. We're talking about something that people thinking about drugs money. Come on, what
No,
they
no,
don't do
no.
drugs money now? They still
Hold
this.
on, hold on. It's not impossible to track. They've done it before, and they will continue to do it with criminals already. They've arrested multiple criminals, very high profile cases. Tried to move Bitcoin and couldn't make it done. Couldn't do it because it's not anonymous. It's pseudonymous. So they know the wallet address, but they don't know the name. This is all crypto actually. So it's all
Yes,
pseudonymous.
yes, yes. But I'm
The
saying people doing bad stuff, they will do it with Bitcoin, without Bitcoin.
I agree with you. Yeah. So I'm not making a case for Bitcoin is for bad people. That's not what the case I'm making. The case I'm really making is that the attachment of art to open up.
Increase the number of Satoshi's value.
Yeah. I think in my brain when I sell with the sell of art is always a hidden there's a hidden something
Something
underneath.
behind it. There is something behind the picture that
Yes,
is really
yes,
a lot of dollars.
yes. That's my main point. Not my main. Don't hear me wrong. My main point is not Bitcoin is for the criminals. That's not it. That if you want to balance this argument out, then more criminals use fiat than use Bitcoin. You know what I mean? Like I mean I know I agree with your argument. My
So
line of
let's take
reasoning.
the paper dollars because this is how they sell it in the street.
Correct.
Amazing.
Correct. Correct. The thing that my mind went to is that how would a criminal use the sale of digital art and the ability to program satoshis in in a bad acting type of way. That's kind of I didn't really give an.
Oh, it's very simple. Let's say he bought an NFT, right? You want to laundry it. He bought an NFT of someone else. Let's say he bought a CryptoPunk. If 1422 is mine, he bought my CryptoPunk, right? For 3 Ethereum. And then he sold it to himself in 20
Yeah, well,
Ethereum.
that'd be the way. Yep.
It's
Yep.
simple. Now he moved 20 Ethereum to a different wallet and then blah 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 blah. It's
Yeah,
very,
and
very
that's
simple.
that racketeering system that NFTs were kind of known
Hammer
for
can do
too.
it. A
Yeah,
criminal that have billion of dollars can
yeah,
hire
yeah, yeah.
someone better than me to do it.
You make a mint, you buy your own stuff, you raise the floor, and then you racketeering
So
whole
easy,
gig.
so easy, yes.
Yeah. So I agree with that kind of stuff. And then you your friends pile in the money, and then you raise an artificial floor, an artificial pump for sure. I don't know how it would be used. I think that's interesting, especially programmable stuff. I'm looking forward to it because for as many good bad stuff that you could use that kind of technology with, you could use a lot of good with it too. And there's already a lot of bad actors in the banking industry, and the nonsense that has to go into that too. With this, I mean, you're in California, right? This Silicon Valley Bank stuff. I mean, all that nonsense is just that's all criminal activity. That's all real
I
criminal
say
activity.
something very important.
Yeah, go ahead.
There is more. If you go in Wall Street, there is more stuff they do against the law between 9 a.m. to 12 a.m. that all of us did together in tax wise in 3 hours. I'm promising you. They're so bad. Don't talk to me about legal or not legal.
They're so bad, man. They're so bad. The whole premise of Silvergate, sorry, not Silvergate Bank, Silicon Valley Bank, is that the bank like gives loans to startup companies and tech companies that can't maintain, can't be productive, can't add value to the economy. They'll fold. That means the bank folds. That means they deserves exactly what they did. High risk, high reward, but high risk. You fail, and then the Fed says, okay, here we're gonna bail you out, and artificially
That's the
pumps.
problem. Like they know they can do whatever they want. They
They
don't
know that they could do whatever they
do their
want.
own research. They don't do Dior. I'm
They
telling
don't
you,
do they don't do
do
research.
your own research. They don't
They
do it.
don't do risk
Oh,
management.
I have
They
a
don't do
billion
any of
dollars.
that.
Let me throw it on you. Let's
Let's
see what
just do whatever. Let me just invest in this dude who I don't know anything from anywhere. He combs his hair backwards and wears tight shirts and has alligator skin boots and drives a leased Lambo. And then he's got an idea for a space satellite that tracks your footsteps. It doesn't make sense. And so they bail these bad projects out, these bad teams out, these bad investors out, and then hedge funds and VCs, and there's no consequence. There's none.
at all.
And
All.
and it keeps going because that's the number 15th bank in the world. So everyone is safe above 15.
So everybody's safe above 15.
Yeah, if you're the number 11th bank in the world, of course they're going to bail you out because your repercussions would be more than the 15th, which is Silicon Valley. $209 billion in assets. You're going to have $300 billion in assets. Maybe 16 is not safe. Maybe the cutoff is right at I keep calling it Silvergate, Silicon Valley. But that's what I'm saying, right? Like the Fed, and then the Fed will buy toxic assets at pennies on the dollar. And when I say toxic assets, I mean financial products like a mortgage-backed bond that's worth 50% of what it was. I could go off at this, Tal. But the long and short of this is that it artificially
like
pumps the market.
2008 all over again, but worse.
Because it's not on the individual level anymore. It's like people were failing the loans that they were getting. Now businesses are.
No, people are failing the loans because you cannot give 10 loans for a house for someone that makes $5,000 a month. It's like but it's the same thing, slightly different. One more thing, very important. I don't think we're in recession. Like everybody think when the news scream recession, doomed, this is the end, that's it. I think no. Whenever they say that, I said, okay, the opposite. Whenever they say, oh, it's all flowers, it's all good, no, it's the end. This is worse. It's always the opposite. It's always the opposite. It's like they printing more money. Okay, they printing more. It's like nothing changed. The unemployment, not big issue. The price went up, like in gas and everything around it. But the American people made enough money to live before, and they made enough money to live now. I think it's not as good as it used to be. It's still possible to live. Why everybody scream the end of the end? Why? It looks like it. I'm not sure it is it. Now, every place I go and I see, I think we are in a bullish environment right now. Like,
you think so?
I think we are in such a bullish environment. It doesn't mean we talk a lot in spaces, and I think I claimed that from someone, from Devin. He said we are in a bullish environment. We're not bullish yet. The environment that created around us, it's bullish. It's like, look on everything. It's always whatever they say, it's just exactly the opposite. I think before the end of 24, Bitcoin will be $150,000. It looks like it. It's weird. They go against it, but that's what I think, because they say it's won't. And I say, if they say it's won't, I want to put all my money in there because they say it won't. And it's always the opposite. So
who's they for you? Who's they? CNBC?
Yeah, CDC. I'm talking about feds. It's like you CNN, BBC, everybody, Israeli news. Oh, this is the end. This is the end. Okay, this is the end. It's not the end. I think it's going the opposite way. I think we go. It's very, very bullish environment. Uh, will we go on a bull run? I'm not sure, but it seems like that all around. It looks like it all the time. Every time I looked on the news, and I don't watch a lot of news. Oh, it's bad. Oh, it's bad. Oh, no, why it's bad? People don't work. People do work. If there is not enough money, we'll print more. It's okay. We can print as many as we want.
Is
What?
there ever a time where the house of cards will collapse? Is there ever that time?
That's why I have Bitcoin. It's inevitable.
I respect that.
Yeah. If you're looking on banking system, it just doesn't work.
Of course.
It doesn't work for years, and I don't think it's going to work anytime soon. What didn't happen for 40 years, not going to start happening right now, that you have a solution for it.
Yeah.
You can ignore the solution. You still have it, though.
Yeah. Yeah. I think at least if you bought Bitcoin and all this stuff now, a bull run might not happen this year or next year, but I think it could happen in 6 years. I mean, minimum, right? Like 6 years. 6 years to go by and not a single bull run. I think that's not possible.
Don't forget, we are 2 years in a non-bull run. It's like it's bearish.
No, we're a year. We're going into our second year. Yeah.
That's this.
We haven't
now it's the second. So now it's gonna be the second year. By May. We are in a bear market. It's the second year already. So in 2 months, 3 months, it's the second year bear market. Now, don't forget what's happened every 4 years before Bitcoin kind of shaking itself and cut off the prices of the miners.
That should happen beginning of next year. Yeah,
that's correct. So what that mean? Miners not gonna sell their Bitcoin because they're making half of it. Yeah. He said since November, I think Curly said bearish since November 2021. So we have 22, and we now in the year and a half. But I think the bearish, not November. The bearish started September. Like you start to see the shakiness in the
way. The top was at November. The absolute top was in November.
But I think in September when everybody said, "Oh, it's going to $200,000," I sold all my Bitcoin. I didn't have none because they said, "Oh, it's going to 200. It's going up. It's going." No. When you say
a good call, Tal. That's a good call.
That's going down. So I think in September-ish, somewhere there, I thought it started to be bearish. I didn't make the right moves because it was my first year in Bitcoin, so I was not experienced enough.
Me too.
What I really think, it's like we looking on what miners gonna do. Miners gonna get a half of the Bitcoin they used to get for the same money they spend.
Yep.
What do you think they're gonna do? They're gonna sell their Bitcoin for 20,000? No, they're gonna double the price. They're gonna double the price. It's like if they made 1 Bitcoin a day and now they make half Bitcoin every day, their Bitcoin is not $20,000 no more. It should be 40,000 because this is the price that makes sense for them to mine. Bitcoin, because it's it's proof of work, the miners controlling the market, they're just not gonna sell it because they know and they believe in it. They don't just mine it for no reason. And if it will really work, the price will go up, and it will go up.
Yeah, my plan is to buy Bitcoin and keep on buying Bitcoin, and then when it pops, I'd probably rotate 50% out into altcoins for a slingshot move, and then keep 10% in my degen plays. NFTs, degen coins. Like just playing around. So.
I'm 50-50, I have to say. Okay. I'm around the 50-50. I always there. Yeah. Like 60-40 degen plays.
Yeah, degen plays.
Because, and why people ask me why you do it so aggressive, because I think everything in the crypto market is so dangerous. So if it's already dangerous, let me take it all the way in.
Let me laugh dangerous straight in its face. Inverse Kramer effect. Yeah, that's for sure. That's for sure. That's for sure. I mean, like when the mainstream media is pushing one thing, I mean, like it's time to zig when they zag. So
Every day I open the news. I don't
yeah,
open it every day, but every time I open it,
yeah,
this is the end of the world. That's it. We are in a collapse.
yeah.
No.
Tal, this is our time. Would you please leave us with one final thought for us as we close out this live stream?
If people think you're not early, you always early.
Yeah.
You will be not early when everybody gonna talk about it. No one really talk about it yet. No one. You go on YouTube on Ordinals, no one really talks about it yet. Yeah, maybe it's the first video you did, maybe one more guy did. It's not there yet. You always early. Cardano is early. Ethereum is early. Everything is early. Be smart, be patient, do your own research. Do your own research. Do your own research. A
Well,
Ben didn't do the research and he got screwed. If you're not gonna do the research, no one will bail you out.
yeah, that's
I
100%.
promise you.
No one's bailing us out, guys. You got to do your own research. Be sure to check out Tal and his channels and his Twitter. He's always on Twitter Spaces, always dropping in the latest alpha. Tal, thank you so much for joining us today on our live stream. Everyone, thank you so much. And we'll be back next week at the same time. We'll have a full guest list then. Thanks, Nathan, P, Reedy, Curly Knox, Half Chord. Guys, thank you so much for joining Strega tonight. And we will see you guys in the next stream.